Dear everybody who got something to say about Kamala, guess what? We don't want to hear it. We do not want to hear it. Y'all ain't want to hear nothing about 45. We don't want to hear nothing. You ain't got the motherfucking say about Kamala. We don't want to motherfucking hear it. Y'all can say she a motherfucking DEI. Y'all can say she a motherfucking DUI. Y'all can say she a motherfucking R&B. Just like motherfucking baby. Y'all can even say she motherfucking T.I. If y'all motherfucking want to. And y'all know I fuck with T.I. One of the smartest motherfuckers I know. So that's a compliment. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to motherfucking say. And to all the women, the motherfucking black women who love to post the motherfucking picture that say, "Hi, I am 31 years old and I am a black woman and I would not be voting for Kamala Harris." Guess what? We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. We ain't no fuck with y'all anyway. So listen, all I want to tell y'all is just that motherfucking simple.
Let me explain something to you. And I'm speaking to the black community. I have to. I'm speaking to the black community, and I'm going to keep it a buck. If you, in your heart, feel like, oh, they're going to put up Kamala, I'm going to vote for Kamala, you are telling me how ignorant you are when it comes to politics. Not as a person, because just because you are ignorant according to politics doesn't mean you're an ignorant person. But you are very ignorant according to politics. And I'm going to tell you why. And a lot of people can get offended, but I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Kamala, number one, has never been for the black community. I want you to understand something. Kamala has played a part, just like Joe Biden, in persecuting and putting African-American people in jail by the droves. Droves. Okay? When it comes to drug crime, she has treated drug crime as if it was murder. Okay? And then on top of that, let me explain something to you. The only reason why Kamala is a vice president in the first place is because she's black. It is not because she is qualified. It is not because she is competent. It is because she's black. Now, why should you be offended? You would think, oh, well, yeah, we black people. We supposed to support our black folk. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me explain something to you. You should be offended beyond rapport because of the fact that somebody is willing to put someone in a seat for their color, even when they're not qualified to do a favor for you.
And this is why you don't get your political advice from rappers, right? And I think this interesting intro you guys saw, that was Feels. I think that's how you say his name. This is his account, Feels. He looked like a rapper. He sounds familiar. He looks familiar to me. I couldn't understand half of what he was saying, but the point I'm making of this video is the fact that I want to highlight a debate that's kind of going on amongst Black America, right? Because of Kamala Harris. Yeah, that she's sparking a debate online with Black Americans, and it's interesting. It's a pretty interesting debate because a part of me is like, yo, on policy, ain't no way I'm voting Kamala Harris, right? And it kind of hurts. You know how in the beginning, this Hollywood rapper, I think he's a rapper. He looks like a rapper. I'm making assumptions here. He made an argument. He was saying, oh, I don't care if y'all don't vote for Kamala Harris. Oh, okay. Then I don't want to hear nothing when you find out black men didn't support, or you in the margins, if black men went Democrat, you would have won. I don't want to hear none of that since you don't care about what black people do or what they say or what they have to say about Kamala Harris. And I agree with JV here. I don't agree with all him. He's a pro-black guy that kind of criticized both sides, right? I don't agree with him, but hey, look, I'll put his commentary out there too. This is what we're dealing with. A bunch of effeminate black men that only see color, no matter what is said about Kamala. They don't care. I don't know how to combat this. And only way you can combat this is having open debate. And as you saw at the ending of this intro, you saw a black woman, and she looked like just a normal black woman, giving her arguments on and articulating why Black America shouldn't be supporting Kamala Harris. Because the primary reason she got picked was because of the identity politics that she could identify with. And you notice that none of the people who are defending Kamala are not defending her record. They're not defending her policies. They're just telling you, if you put any criticism against her, you're a racist. Hey, no one elected Kamala Harris. You're a racist. All right? Donald Trump will destroy democracy, says party nominating candidates no one voted for.
Okay, so we're watching this Kamala Harris live. And I don't know if anybody else noticed, but all these people on Zoom. So this lady, it's also this lady. And this lady, it's also this lady. Oh wait, and this lady, it's also this lady. So who are these people?
And then black women, black Democrat women will get mad why black men don't want to vote for the Democratic Party, why they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. It's not because they hate black women. It's not because they hate themselves. It's because, practically speaking, for the past 3 years, what has Kamala Harris has done is essentially going along. She ain't criticized. She's not doing anything differently than Joe Biden. Joe Biden brought us one of the highest inflation rates in 40 years. Inflation went down compared to his high. In 2022, I believe, Joe Biden had the highest inflation in 40 years. And inflation went down compared to what he did in 2022. But not compared to Trump's administration. Trump is better on the economy. Trump's policy position, especially in his Agenda 47, which is, I implore many people to check it out. Education is the biggest talking point that a lot of black Americans felt like, yo, the Democratic Party has not done anything to really advance the education of our children. And the Republican solution is, hey, look, you got to take the education in your own hands, black America. And as a government, we'll incentivize that behavior. We'll allow you to be more open and flexible with homeschooling. Hey, we want to give school choice so you will have the ability to move your kid to to private school, charter school, right? To make it more privatized, because privatized education gives a better quality education than public education. What's my proof of this? If you look in throughout history, before the Department of Education was created, America had the #1 education system in the world. After the Department of Education was created, we're ranked number 24th. In 2008, we were ranked 24th in education after the creation of the Department of Education. What does that tell you? The Department of Education is not incentivizing a process which is actually putting out a quality product. And this is the advantage of capitalism. Capitalism is competitive. Capitalism is may the best product win, may the best service win, and the best service gets the most money. So how is it that 76% of our children are getting educated in the worst educational environment compared to charter schools, private schools, and homeschools? All these other alternative schooling options perform better than public school, but yet majority of our kids are in public school. And this is what's hurting the black community, because majority of black kids are in public school. But what is the Democratic solution for education? Throw more money at the problem. Throwing more money at public education is like throwing money into a fire, right? Black men, over the next few months, you'll be called a race traitor, sexist, a bigot by the party that gets 90% of the black vote. Ask yourself 2 questions. Which one of these men better represents your values? And 2, who's more likely to speak at the upcoming DNC? Answer and move accordingly. On the left, strong father, strong Florida. I know this guy. This guy is very famous in Florida. I think I don't know how many kids this guy got, but he was there when Ron DeSantis passed a bill for parental rights for unmarried fathers. Usually in Florida, how it used to work is, if you got a woman pregnant and you weren't married to her, you had no rights to your child. Essentially, all the power was in the woman's hands. Ron DeSantis came in, he heard this guy out, right? Heard my dude out, heard him out, and he passed a legislation to give parental rights to unmarried fathers, which is disproportionately affects who? The black community. This is my pitch as a conservative talking to the pro-blacks is, hey, 2024, vote Republican this year. I'm not saying you got to be loyal forever to the Republican Party like you do with the Democratic Party. I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying, hey, here's the case for why you should vote for the GOP in 2024. Here's why you should vote for Trump in 2024. This is what the Republicans can do for you. That's how I argue it. But how do black Democrats argue it to you, black people, black America? The black Democrats will call you a race traitor, coon, Uncle Tom, sellout. They're doing all this mess, but they're pushing a party that's essentially pushing things that's not associated with black community. The black community is more conservative than white liberals. Black liberals are more conservative than white liberals. Tell me I'm lying. We grew up in church. Bruh, Christianity is so embedded in black culture, it's not even funny. Yet we are politically 90% aligned with white liberals who don't believe in this stuff. Most of them are atheists. Most of them believe in these weird, they do these little weird things. Come on. And then you're gonna get mad if a black man come out and say he's gonna vote for Trump, right? I'm Mike Tyson right here. This is me.
I mean, that's a fact.
Whenever I had a Republican president, I made a lot of money.
That's true.
A lot of people say that. You know, whenever
A
I
lot
had,
of people say that.
you know, I'm just gonna keep my opinions to myself. But anyway, if I'm voting for Trump, so what somebody's gonna do about it?
I don't think anybody. I mean, I'm gonna disagree with you.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about so what?
Yeah, does it make you feel
So
weird?
what?
So what?
So what?
Why is it people care about your opinion so much? Is that weird to you that people freak out about your opinion?
No, they believe I have a lot of followers, this and that, but this is my opinion.
Exactly. And this is what they're really fearful. This is why they got mad when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't want to endorse Biden. This is why they got mad when Cardi B came out and publicly said she regretted endorsing Joe Biden. Right? And all the black liberals online on TikTok, they're like, oh my God, y'all shouldn't be listening to celebrities and all this stuff. But why y'all talking? It's the same reason with Phil's. I forgot his name already. Talking about, oh, we don't care. No one should listen. Nah, you should listen. Because there's this large, sizable minority of black voters who ain't going for Harris. You can play the DEI all you want. You can play up the fact that she looked like a black woman, even though she's biracial, all you want. But if we go on the policy, no, I can make the argument none of her policies actually help black folks. It only helps a certain demographic of people. But majority of Americans do not benefit from the policy position that the Democratic Party is pushing. The Democratic Party only benefits the college-educated white liberals, college-educated liberal women, and wealthy elite people. The super wealthy. The super wealthy benefits a lot, the most, from Democratic policies, right? But then they want to call, oh, you're the party, Kenny, you align with, you're cool. You're cool. I'm not going to play the video, but you see this guy, obviously a trans dude, whatever, dressing as a woman. He was following a black woman, Delenio. Black women, the party that gets 95% of your vote, thinks you're privileged compared to a white man in a skirt and a wig. They would attack you for expressing concern that he's in the same bathroom as your daughters. Move accordingly. Move accordingly, Black America. Like, I like the fact that black Democrats, when a black conservative is speaking, they like to cast you out as like a race traitor and all this stuff. But they call you a coon, you kissing up to the white man and all this stuff. And I go, you come from a culture that looks down on this stuff. Like, black culture will make fun of a dude dressing like a woman and pretending that he's a woman. Black women, one of y'all biggest insults when a man doesn't do something, oh, a real man will do this. Oh, are you gay? Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger, because guess what? If you ask a black gay man, hey, how does the black community take homosexuality? They're gonna be like, oh, well, they're less tolerant than the white liberal. No honest black person will tell me that. Can lie in my face and say that black people are not that black people are more tolerant than white liberals when it comes to LGBTQ issues. Oh, you think I'm lying? Okay.
These white liberals and people like you trying to convince us that black people are not conservative people. We're not that liberal. We're not. And these are facts. This is not me just talking as a black man. These are facts. Look it up. There's more on Google than looking up something to find out that you don't like about Trump or that you don't understand about conservatives that happen to be black.
Imagine that. Most black people are conservative. We do believe in God. Most black people, if you compare black Democrats, black Democrats, black people, black America with white liberals, and you look at the values, do you believe in God? You're going to see a disparity. Do you believe in family? The white liberals believe that the normal state of the black family is a single mom. But that's something, and the funny part is that's something that the liberals themselves incentivized and created throughout the generations of the black community. From the 1960s, before the 1960s, majority of black America was married. Married. The black family survived slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, racism, all kinds of overt racism. But it couldn't survive liberal policies and values. The liberal value says, oh, the nuclear family is not important. And they put the war of poverty, which enabled this worldview that, hey, look, all family structures are created equal. No, it's not. Because if you look at single mothers, if you look at statistics, single motherhood has the highest propensity for poverty. And black people love to blame everything on poverty, love to blame the fact that they don't have generational wealth, but you don't stay married. You don't have married. You don't make kids in married households. Generational wealth comes from mostly from two-parent households. It don't come from single-parent households. But what's the incentive they give you? Oh, if you don't have the man in the house, we'll give you government money. And the black woman at the time, this is why I'm saying it's not racism that put black people in the current situation it is. It's not systematic racism. It's systematic choices made by black people, by black America. That's what kept you at the bottom. Because if black women said, nah, we're not taking this short-term gain for long-term pain, we would have been in a different spot today. Everything gets blamed on poverty, but they don't blame the environment that creates the poverty. Being single is going to be a luxury now in this economy because it takes a higher income to be able to sustain yourself as a single income. But single women all around the world think they can just make it out on their own, vote Democrat because they're going to protect abortion when no one's threatening your precious ability to kill your child. No one's coming for that. Like what value? Like that's what irks me. Who's more of a coon? I think black Democrats are more of a coon because they grew up in the same culture that I grew up, believing in God, believing in family, believing in most things that are normal, believing that there's only two genders. Most of black America grew up this way. But who has to change their values to vote for the other party? Black Democrats. You never notice black Democrats don't talk about trans people. They say, oh, they can live how they want. But who's more of a coon that you're voting for something that actively goes against the teachings of your culture, and then you're going to pretend that's what black conservatives are doing? Make that make sense to me. No black person on their own. Like, this is the funny part about these fake pro-blacks, too. They'll talk about how everything is white history. Oh, you've been taught white math, white this, white that. But 153 different genders, is that not a white thing that came out in the 1970s? Since the beginning of time, everyone knew there's only two genders. White liberals come along 5 years ago, and now we all got to believe there's more than two genders. They demonize religion, even though black people are more, on average, are more religious than white liberals. Yet I'm the coon for voting with the conservative party. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And they want to get mad why we don't support Kamala. Craziness. I'll never vote for that. I'll never vote for Kamala Harris. Not only for the fact that she only got her job because she was a black woman. Ask Joe Biden. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the one who put it out there that he was looking for a black woman. Joe Biden said that. If Kamala Harris was anything else but, if Kamala Harris wasn't a so-called black woman, you think she'll be VP right now in 2024? Hell no. It would have been a different person. All I did was change her skin color. Same qualifications. Change her skin color. She ain't VP. Imagine that. But you're going to get mad when people say you're DEI hire. Ridiculous. The games that the media will play. Systematic choice is what led the black community to be in its current state right now. For 50, 60 years, you've been voting loyally to the Democratic Party. And what you got to show for it? Nothing. Same old. Complaining, whining and complaining the same year, same last 4 years. Complaining that you're in an abusive relationship with the Democratic Party. You know what we always tell abusers to do, abuse victims to do? Leave the abuser. But why is it hard to leave your abuser? That's the black vote right now. I don't want to hear it. But he's hurting you. I don't want to hear it. Effeminate black men. In the intro, sorry, I'm talking about the intro guy. I'm not generalizing here. I'm talking about Phil's in the beginning. This is who they tell us to support. They can't tell me one policy to support. What policy Kamala's pushing that I should support as a black man? She's a black woman. Then they want to get mad when conservatives attack her based on her gender and race. Based on the fact that she only got her position because she happened to be a black-looking woman. Biden used a racist, sexist standard to pick her. And when conservatives and Republicans criticize that racist, sexist standard, you want to call them racist, sexist. Makes perfect sense. This is why you should not vote for Kamala Harris. But I digress. Let me hear your thoughts about it in the comment section below. What are you guys thinking about this interesting debate that's been sparked because of the fact that Kamala Harris supporters are pushing this idea that if you ain't black, if you're black, you're supposed to be just supporting. You should just be behind Kamala Harris. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.